Hey friends, welcome back to Teaching in Room 9, our region's largest classroom. My name is Julia and I'm one of the second grade teachers at the Soulard School. Here for Teaching in Room 9, my lessons all focus on math for second graders. Welcome back friends, it's so good to see everybody here with me. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be able to learn here together. All right, so before we jump right into our math for today, we are going to do our mindful minute exercise. And just how we did yesterday, we're gonna do some mindful breathing. And as you are taking those deep, mindful breaths together with me, we're gonna talk a little bit about the zones of regulation. Or like I said at my school, we call them our engine checks. Whenever we need to do an engine check and check in with our own body and thoughts and feelings, then that helps us to know where we need to go or what choices we need to make in order to feel that centered, regulated, calm, focused, and ready to learn self. Okay, friends, so go ahead and sit up nice and straight and tall, or stand nice and tall. Relax your shoulders, your forehead, and your jaw. Take a deep breath in through your nose, counting to 3, and out through your mouth, counting to 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Keep taking those deep breaths, friends, in and out. Notice how your chest rises and falls as the lungs, or as your air fills your lungs. All right, so the next zone of regulation, we talked about the blue zone yesterday. That's when we're feeling kind of down, maybe pretty sad, maybe kind of tired or sleepy. So feeling green is actually where we want to be. This is feeling happy. This might look like feeling cheerful or calm. Sometimes we say good to go, or focused, ready to learn, or I'm feeling just right. So this is kind of where we want to try to be throughout the day. Obviously, we're gonna have all these different feelings. So whenever we start to feel a little bit blue or going to some of those other feelings on the other side of green, these are some things that you can do in order to kind of stay in that green space. So some kind of problem-solving solutions. If you're feeling green and feeling good, but then you can tell that maybe something is going on either at home or at school, and you're starting to not feel so green anymore. One thing you can do is ask for help. Another thing that you can do is to make sure that you are sharing or taking turns. This is big when we're at school or when you're at home learning, especially if you have siblings that you're learning with at home as well. So we want to make sure that we are taking turns and being respectful. This is a big one, even though I know it's really hard to do. But just ignore or walk away from a problem, a situation, or a peer that is making you feel not so green anymore. That can be really hard to do. But if you can get in that habit of just ignoring and walking away, then you can stay in that green zone. Another way to stay in the green is to really use your words. Say, please stop if someone is doing something that you don't like, or maybe share how you are feeling using your words. That can help you to be really aware and present of your feelings and to help you stay in that calm and focused space. If anything does happen, apologizing to a friend, even if you maybe feel like you were in the right, apologizing for hurting someone's feelings is still a nice thing to do. We can feel sorry for hurting someone's feelings, even if we don't think we were wrong in that situation. And that can be kind of tricky to do as well. Remembering to just stay patient, waiting for our turn, waiting for the teacher or for your parent or guardian at home that's helping you to learn, and making sure that we are getting help and asking for help when we need it, because it can feel kind of frustrating or overwhelming if we're starting to not understand something. So it's important to recognize those feelings within yourself, check your own engine, and think about all these strategies you can do in order to help you feel more centered and ready to learn. All right, nice job, friends. I hope that helped you doing those mindful breathing and talking about all those ways that we can stay in that green space so that we're ready to learn and focus throughout the day. So our learning goals for this week are: I can understand the place value of 3-digit numbers. So again, this carried over from last week. We've been working on subitizing, recognizing numbers or items in a group without having to count them. And we really delved into those 3-digit numbers, the different place value for each, the hundreds and the tens and the ones. And then we're building on that even more this week by comparing to 3-digit numbers. And we compared two numbers by using these symbols: greater than, less than, or equal to. So that's what we've been focusing on together this week. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to turn my friend so you guys can see. And we're gonna look at a new chart here today. Zoop, zoop, zoop. All right. I hope you guys can see this okay at home. We're gonna look at comparing numbers with base 10 blocks. So again, just a jog for your memory, when we're building 100, we start out with our 1 space. That's this space over here. And once you put 10 of them together, then you can make a 10. You guys wanna sing our song? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Ones makes 10. Okay, and you can see here, I took all of those ones and I put them together to make a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Ones makes 10. So this is our 10. And then once you have enough 10s, you get 10 10s together, that makes 100 ones. So here's our 10s here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Tens makes 100. If we want to know the value of the tens, then we skip count. You guys ready to skip count these tens here with me? Okay, because we know 10 ones in each of these tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 ones. All those tens with 10 ones in each, when they come all together, they form 100, which is the same as 10 tens or 100 ones. 100 ones is the same value as 10 tens. Let's do it again. Nice job. You guys are getting so good at taking our ones, putting them together to make tens, and then putting all our tens together and putting them together to make 100. So once we're super comfortable with the different digits and the value of each of the digits based on their place within that 3-digit number, then we can build on it even more and start comparing numbers. So that's kind of what we've been working on yesterday and today as well. And I want to look at this chart here of comparing numbers with base 10 blocks. So you can see these visuals here. We're going to go through that together, and then we're going to practice comparing to 3-digit numbers again, all the different ways that we represent those numbers, and building them with base 10 blocks. And then we can complete our statement to make it true. So when we use the less than, greater than, and equal to symbols. So here for our base 10 blocks, we have 358. 3 is at our hundreds space here. So we have 3 hundreds, okay? And if you have 3 of these hundreds, and this is 100, and you have 1, 2, 3, what's our value, friends? Nice. If you said 300, then you got it. This is still feeling a little tricky. No worries. Stick with me. We'll work on it here together. We always want to try to stretch our brains, especially when things feel kind of tricky or sticky. The more we stretch our brains, the more we can grow and be stronger mathematicians. Now that we've got our 300s, we know the value is 300. Then we look at our 5 in the tens place. And if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens, so here's 5 tens here. And we know that there's 10 ones in each. How many do we have? What's our value? Yeah, let's skip count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we have 350 for our tens and 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gives us the number 358. Now let's break apart this other 3-digit number so that we can compare the two. So we have a 2 in the hundred space. So we have 1, 200 drawn in right there. And then we have a 4 in the tens place. 4 tens. So 4 tens. These 4 tens together with 10 in each gives us 10, 20, 30, 40. So we've got our 4 tens drawn out here, just like my snap cubes that I picked up. And then we have our ones. We see a 7 and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones drawn in here for our ones. So when we're comparing numbers, we always, first things first, start with the largest number. So looking at our hundreds place, is 3 bigger or is 2 bigger? Nice job, friends. 300 is bigger than 200. So 358 is greater than 247. And then there's another example down here, but the numbers aren't broken down into this HTO chart. So we're looking at this number here, 587. So we drew it out in base 10 blocks. 5 in the hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hundreds blocks. 5 hundreds blocks is worth 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And then we have 8 tens, which is worth 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And then 7 ones, and we have our 7 ones here. And then on this side here, it's 672. 6 is in the hundreds place. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hundreds that are drawn out there. 6 hundreds are worth how much? Nice. If you said 600, then you got it. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. And then there's a 7 in the tens place. Tens place, each one is worth 10. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 2 ones. But when we're comparing numbers, first things first, start with the largest number. So that's why the 5 and the 6 are underlined in that pink color right there. So which number is bigger, 500 or 600? Nice job, you got it. 600 is bigger than 500. So our alligator always chomps down on the biggest number, right? Our greater gator, he's hungry, so he wants to eat that bigger number. So he's eating our 672. So 587 is less than 672. And again, I can tell my little arrow is pointing to the left. It also looks like that crooked out. So this is my less than sign. It always points to the bigger number. So speaking of that, friends, let's just touch on our comparing numbers chart again really quickly. So we've got, looks like a crooked L, and I want you to repeat after me. Ready? Left is less than. Nice. Ready? Got our equals. Equal means just the same. Nice. And then over here, it's pointing to the right. Right is greater than. Nice job. And then you can see some examples here that we've gone through. But these 3 steps are the steps that we want to take in order to solve. Okay, you ready to repeat after me? First things first. Start in the largest place. So in this one here, we started in the largest place, but whoops, they're the same. So then we have to go to step 2. If the numbers are equal, go to the next place. So these were equal. We hopped to the next place. We looked at the tens. We have them drawn out in model underneath. 6, or 60 is greater than 40. So 845 is less than 862. It's eating the bigger number. And on this one here, if you went through each of the places, you'd see the 7s are the same, the 2s are the same, and the 9s are the same. So it is equals. Equal means just the same. Nice job. And then once we've kind of gone through each of those places, starting at the hundreds, then the tens, then the ones, we can write the symbol to make the statement true. So that's when you come in with your left is less than, equal means the same, and right is greater than. So for here, we looked at that first number. 5 is in the hundreds, 3 is in the hundreds over here. So 5 is bigger. You can see it drawn out here too. Just by looking at the amounts, I'm sure you can tell that 5 is bigger over here than 3 without even having to count. So 543 is greater than 368. And again, our alligator is jumping down on the biggest number. Let's do our goofy numbers chant. You guys ready? 2 goofy numbers sitting in a tree, teasing Greater Gator, you can't catch me. Along came Greater Gator, hungry as can be, and snapped the biggest number right out of the tree. Nice job, friends. I like that little chant because it helps me to remember in my brain that the Greater Gator is always going to chomp down on that biggest number. All right, friends, let's go ahead and look at 2 more 3-digit numbers to compare and see which one is greater than, less than, or if they're equal to each other. All right, so this is where that pencil or paper or your dry erase board or sheet that you have at home comes in handy. I'd love it if you guys are able to do this with me at home and see if we come up with the same answers. Okay, so the first digit I need you to write, and we're gonna write it in standard form, which is again, the just plain old number form. I want you to write the number 427. Go. All right, let's see, we have the same number, 3, 2, 1. Nice, if you had the 4 in the hundreds, the 2 in the tens, and the 7s and the 1s, then you got it right. If you did not, no worries. You're just stretching your brain, and that's amazing. Go ahead and write your numbers down right now. Okay, now the other one that we're going to compare. Go ahead and write it down. You ready? 694. Okay, you ready to show me in 3, 2, 1. Nice. If this is what you had as well, amazing. 6 in the hundreds, 9 in the tens, and 4 in the ones. I'm gonna put it over here. All right, now I kind of already went through this a little bit, but we're gonna break it down into our HTO, our hundreds, tens, and ones chart. So for 427, what number should I write in that hundreds place? Maybe you're drawing an HTO chart at home, or maybe you just needed to draw some lines between your numbers. Okay, what number goes in the hundreds place? Nailed it, the 4. Now let's look at our next number, or our next digit here. What number goes in the tens place? Okay, if you said 2, you were correct. If not, go ahead and switch it around, look like mine. And the last one, what digit do we have here in our ones place? You got it, friends, the 7. All right, now we've got 427. We've got it broken down into hundreds, tens, and ones. Now let's look at our other number. You guys ready? I need you to write this with me at home. All right, you ready? So 694, which number goes in the hundreds place? You got it. I'm for some reason missing my 6. So we got a new one here. All right, the 6 goes in the hundreds. Which one goes in the tens? You got it, friends. We've got our 9 over here in the tens place. And then which one goes in the ones? Good job, friends. The 4. So we have 6 in the hundreds, 9 in the tens, and 4 in the ones for 694. All right, so we did that in our place value chart and we broke it down so we have each of the digits in the correct place. Now we're going to do the model form. So this is where we draw our hundreds, tens, and ones. And I'm also going to show it to you in base 10 blocks as well. So for 427, how many hundreds do I need to draw? Go ahead and draw it for me, friends. Okay, so if I've got a 4 in the hundreds place, I need 100, 200, 300, and 400. So I need to have 4 of these hundreds. So go ahead and draw them down. If you did not draw 4 big squares that look like the hundreds, then go ahead and do that now. And I'm just kind of overlapping mine because obviously they're kind of big so they don't fit all the way in there. This way you can kind of see how many hundreds we have. Now, I've got 4 hundreds. How many tens do I need? We're getting really good at this, friends. If I've got 427, I need 1 10 and 2 tens. And how much is that worth? 2 tens. You've got 10, 20. Then how many ones do I need, friends? Yep, you need 7 of these little ones. So let's go ahead and do expanded form along with this as well, because it's just going to go through the value of each of these places. So we can see a nice visual representation here of our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. But let's go ahead and write it out in number form as well. So we know that we have 4 hundreds here. And again, how much is 4 hundreds worth? Nice. So if you're writing it along with me at home, go ahead and write 400. Pardon me. Then when we look at expanded form, we always use that plus symbol because it wants to show us that if we add the value of all of these 3 digits together, then we will get the same value. Okay, so we've got 2 tens. There's a 2 in the hundred or in the tens place. You can see the 2 in the tens place here. What is the value? If you wrote 20, then you got it. And then how many ones here? Yep, just 7. Okay, so we've got 4 in the hundreds, 2 in the tens, 7 in the ones. You can see our model form here. It's drawn out. We also went through and did our, built it here as well with our 2 tens, our ones, and our hundreds. We wrote our expanded form here. Now let's go ahead and write it in word form as well. Okay, go ahead and write 427 down on your paper. Let's see if we got it right. It's a good idea for us to be practicing writing our words, our numbers in word form as well. We just want to get really good at making sure that we know how to spell them. So do your best with spelling. Let's see if we got the same answer. Okay, and I write mine down on 2 notes. So I've got 400. Okay, hopefully you guys had that as well. If your spelling's a little off, no worries, we'll get there. And then 27. Nice job. Hopefully this is what you had as well. If not, go ahead and write that down. So now we've filled out how to represent 427 in our place value chart, HDO, our model form, expanded form, word form, and standard number form. So now we're going to look over here for this number here, 697. How many hundreds do I have? Okay. We can see that the 6 is in the hundreds, so I need how many? Yeah, 600s. Let's count them as we go. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and one more, 600. Nice job. So if we're gonna count the value of 600, 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500, and 600. Nice job. Now let's look at our tens place. How many tens? Yeah, there's a lot. If you're drawing them on your paper at home, it took me a minute to draw them too, and I also had to draw them in more than one Post-it. So if there's a 9 in our tens place, then we need to have 9 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 tens, that's a lot. And then how many ones do we have here, friends? Yep, those 4 ones for 694, 690 for the tens, and 4 for the ones. So it's the same thing that we kind of just went through together for expanded form. If you're writing your expanded form at home, you're writing out exactly the value that I just went through. So you're gonna write 600 plus, again, we use those pluses, 90 plus 4, which is exactly what we've been going through here together. It's just written out number form and picture model form here. And then for our word form, 694. All right, if our numbers are looking pretty different in spelling, I challenge you to look through those at home and practice writing your numbers in word form. Now, if I, first things first, start in the largest place. I've got a 6 and a 4. Which one is bigger? You got it, friends. Our 6 is bigger. So 427 is less than 694. He always eats the greater number there. Thank you for your hard work today, friends. Bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.